If you are in search of a stable career out of India or in any other country, then this video is going to help you. Going abroad has always been in fashion for Indians. Somehow we feel that if we go abroad, we get better education, better lifestyle, and to some extent it is not wrong. Now, the Western countries and to some extent many Eastern countries also are well developed in terms of research infrastructure, career stability, and lifestyle, and that attracts a lot of talented people abroad, right? I'm making this video for all those candidates who want to go abroad and do their PhD, but I'm also going to tell you some caveats, some conditions which you should keep in mind when you are going abroad. Now, I've made several videos about PhD abroad and about scholarships. If you have not checked that, please check our channel. We have several videos which will give you a clearer picture. But here today we are going to talk about, we're trying to create a beginner's guide, something which starts at BSc level, that if you want to go abroad, how should you strategize right at your BSc level, and then it goes till the end, right? So to start with, like I said, of course, you get better lifestyle, better career stability, better research infrastructure abroad. But you don't get many things which your country has to offer, which is obviously your home, your people, your environment, your familiarity to that environment, and of course the living standard, living style, and low cost of living. Now, having said that, going abroad, there's no harm, okay? But if you're going abroad for your PhD, caveat number one, condition number one, if you're thinking that you will go abroad, do your PhD and come back and get a job here, don't think that they will pay you at par with your US salaries. That won't happen. They will still pay you at par with Indian PhD salaries. So actually you don't get any leverage, just that you have a better understanding of topics because of course you have done a research in a well-renowned lab. So you might get jobs faster in India, but you might not get this a higher salary saying that you are a PhD from abroad, okay? So that's a caveat number one. Now, coming back to who should do and why should you do. So students who have huge amount of interest and curiosity, students who want to pursue innovation, scientific problem solving, students who don't like India, okay? So they can go abroad. What the global PhD environment has to offer is global exposure, high impact publications. You get a chance to work with some best of the best researchers, and at the same time the real benefits is high fellowship, stipend, high quality labs. The research infrastructure is really great, whether it is CRISPR or NGS or AI in biotechnology, synthetic biotechnology. You get a lot of leverage there. Also, when you go abroad and do your PhD, you have a faster career growth, but of course you will face another problem, which is racism. Now that's a part of your journey abroad, so keep that in mind. That's caveat number two. You'll always face some kind of discrimination because you're not from their country, you're from a different country. Now that same thing you might, it will happen to anybody in any country, by the way. So now who should not do a PhD is someone who, or PhD abroad is someone who wants quick salaries, wants quickly to get into industries, somebody who is not financially stable and cannot fund their PhD there, and anyone who lacks patience of 3 to 5 years, please don't do it. What is the eligibility criteria for all this? So you should have a MSc or a MTech in Biotech, Life Sciences, Biomedical Sciences. The academic performance should be minimum of 7.0 CGPA, more than that, not less than that, okay? And to get in there, you need to have some kind of shortcuts. Now, what are those shortcuts? You should work in some temporary projects in India, in some CSIR lab. That will give you a good exposure. Then you can do some internship on cross-domain functions or interdisciplinary subjects like AI, Bioinformatics, because those subjects are in high demand in US, Europe. And you should have a very good understanding and hands-on experience of PCR, cloning, cell culture, bioinformatics. You should do some publications also while you're still in India. Which are the countries where you can go? The best country to go is USA, but right now USA's door are closed. But however, the funding is getting cut down for many big universities like Harvard, but you still can get in. There are chances, but for that you have to do AI, ML and bioinformatics, and that you have to apply in your subject, which is microbiology or molecular biology, and that you can write as a statement of purpose and send to the professors and scientists there. They might like it and they might invite you for an interview. Now, most of the foreign PhDs won't have any kind of entrance exam. They will just have a face-to-face interview. They'll look at your statement of purpose. They'll do your interview maybe 2 to 3 times, and they'll look at your score in your GMAT and SAT and all that they might see. Now, USA, like I said, best cutting edge lab you get, top funding you get, high salaries, $30,000 to $50,000 per year stipend you'll get, and you'll have a strong pathway to transition from academia to industry. However, getting a work visa is nowadays very difficult, but by the time you will complete your PhD, that problem should have got sorted out automatically. Now, coming to Germany, it is almost free PhD because they will fund your entire thing. The best part of Germany is they have strong links with some of the biggest agrochemical and research companies like Boehringer Ingelheim, Bayer, Merck. So you have some great results there. UK has another advantage. So the PhDs there are shorter, like 3-4 years. In fact, all these have a shorter PhDs compared to India. They are doing a lot of research on AI, bioinformatics, molecular biology, genetics, biomedical sciences, drug discovery. So you can get into UK also. Canada also has high quality life, easier pathway to become a citizen also there. Strong biotech and pharma hubs are present in Canada, so you can get in there. The next one, which should be the choice, a country of choice for you, should be Singapore, where you get fully funded scholarships and high-tech research ecosystem. Then you have Australia, where you have very strong microbiology, biotech and biomedical PhD. Good stipends are there and a lot of opportunities to get a job in Australia as well. In US, if you see, you have the longest duration of PhDs apart from India. So that ranges from 5 to 6 years. Germany, 3 to 4 years. But you need to know German as a language. English-based PhDs may not be there, maybe there, depends on the university you choose. UK is highly competitive. There's a lot of crowd, Indian crowd, which is becoming very difficult to get in actually in UK. And coming to the entrance exam which you need to prepare, so of course you have TOEFL and IELTS GRE for language. In EU and UK, IELTS is there. And then for Canada also, IELTS is strongly preferred. Now the CGPA, like I said, you should have 7.5 or 65% marks and above. You should have done some research, industrial research, not academic research. And of course, you can do the industrial research on Biotecnika's platform through our Bioinformatics CRO, which is Biotecnika CRO. And you should have published some papers, posters, and you should have done some industry-oriented internships. That's something you should know. Please don't do academic internships, that won't help. And what are the areas you should do your internships or your projects before you apply there is cancer biology, of course AI side of cancer biology or bioinformatics side of cancer biology, because the rest of the things are explored actually there. Immunology, virology, synthetic biology, drug discovery, AI, ML, bioinformatics, protein bioengineering, bioprocess engineering, agriculture and environmental biotechnology. These are the topics which actually excites the professors there, scientists there, and you can easily get in. Now the question is, how do you shortlist the university? It's very simple. You have to first look at the university lab or the place you want to apply. It's well documented on the websites. Look for a research area which is your area of interest. Look for the lab publications of last 2-3 years. See the funding if they have funding, because if you apply somewhere and they don't have funding, they won't give you scholarship. And then look at the lab size. If it is too huge, then you won't get personalized attention. If it is too less, then you are getting too much attention. Even that is bad. So somewhere around 10 to 12 people in the lab, good. And also look at some industry collaborations, what that lab has. Build a strong portfolio back in India right now, so while you are looking for all of this, and match your portfolio with the lab which you want to apply. So suppose the lab is on bioinformatics, you do projects on bioinformatics, publish paper, and then you apply. Okay, so statement of purpose is a must. CV, of course, research focus CV, letter of recommendation, at least 3 letters of recommendation we should have. And if you've done a project in Biotecnika, you can easily get it from our scientists also. Research proposal for UK and Germany especially you should have. And remember that you have to contact the professors through a short introduction on LinkedIn or through cold emails. So either way is fine. But moreover, one important thing you have to know is most of the time you'll get rejected because there are a lot of applicants. So you have to find a lab which is less popular, because popular labs will get filled first. And of course, by that I don't mean to say that you are not eligible for the popular labs. If you've done something outstanding, you can always apply. So you need to learn wet lab skills like molecular biology skills, of course, that you can learn on Biotecnika in collaboration with the IAC incubated lab. Cell culture, PCR, qPCR, cloning, microscopy, all these things are required. Then when it comes to the bioinformatics skill, that is something now it is inseparable from biotech students. So you should learn Python, R, NGS, data analysis, molecular docking, molecular simulations, machine learning basics, statistics and data visualization. Now in the interview, they'll ask you questions like, why do you want to do PhD? Why you want to do it in this country? What skills you have already? How do you bring a new point of view to this research? Questions like, do you plan to go back to your country or you want to stay here? Because if you say you want to stay here, they may not take you. So, these things are very important. Now, when we look at the current funding situations, of course, it's not that great in USA, but still, I am seeing that the stipend in USA, of course, it might sound very big, but it is not. So 2 to 3 lakh rupees a stipend you get, but trust me, 2.5 lakh will get spent. You might end up with only 50,000. That is just chiller money if you really want to survive there. But of course you get in Germany you get 1.5 to 2 lakh stipend, Australia 2 to 2.5 lakhs, same with UK, and Canada also 1.5 lakh stipend. But most of the stipend which you will get, if you're thinking it is too much, no, for India's standard it is too much. When you go there you will end up paying like 1 lakh rupees for just the room rent, that too for shared road. So these things you should have to remember. Now some myths what students have is, if I have a publication, I can easily get a PhD abroad. No, you should have a high impact publication. It is helpful but not mandatory. If I'm from IIT, IIC, I'll definitely get in abroad. No, that's not true. Even if you are from a private university, you can easily get in. You have to have a very strong statement of purpose and recommendation letters from industry. PhD abroad is costly. That's not true. You can easily get in there through scholarships, and we have an ebook actually. You can check Biotechnika's ebook section. We have created an ebook of top scholarships abroad. You can check that also. And many people think that only toppers get scholarships. That's not true. Because there's no entrance exam, how you perform in the interview, how good you are with your communication skills, you can get into PhD abroad. So from December, I think we are going to start a soft skills training program for students who want to appear for these interviews abroad, because a lot of soft skills are required. You should know what to answer, what not to answer. So lot of mock interviews and soft skill training will happen on Biotechnika's platform. The steps would be: finalize your research area, then build your lab skills and computational skills, start reading papers, publishing papers, and prepare a CV which is research centric, which is customized to that particular lab. Start following those professors on LinkedIn and see what kind of things they are posting, what kind of vacancies they are posting. Comment there, get noticed. Write a SOP draft, get it reviewed by some expert. Contact the professors, showcase your skill set, showcase your TOEFL and IELTS score, and of course try to attempt GRE also. Generally it is seen that 6 to 9 months it will take for you to get through. So while this 6 to 9 months you are waiting, you can always do an internship in Biotecnika online. So what benefit you have is, see, while you are waiting, you're not wasting time. That is adding onto your CV. Okay, and when it adds on to your CV, in the daytime you are doing your research with Biotecnika, in the evening time you are talking to the professors and trying to finalize a deal with them. But that is where they will try to find your passion, and they will say, oh, 9 months you are simply sitting, then we won't take you. So you have to showcase that you are so passionate about research, that's why you're doing this. And then you have to showcase that you really want to invent or discover something which has never been done, right? And get a recommendation letter from an industrial scientist. That's very, very important. They might ask you questions which is related to out-of-the-box thinking. That's something which cannot be taught. It has to be, of course, inculcated. So if you want to go abroad, bookish knowledge is not going to help. They might not ask you that. They might ask you the application side of it. So you have to really understand what are the steps involved in an experiment, and how exactly an experiment gets stuck, how the data analysis is done, all of that. Now, what are the career opportunities you will get? See, Initially, you have to do PhD, then somebody might tell you to go for a postdoc. I won't recommend you doing that. Go for a job there if you're getting a work visa. Now, if you've done an AI/ML bioinformatics internship with Biotecnika and you go and do a PhD on these topics, AI/ML and biology topic in US or UK, there are a lot of companies who will directly take you after PhD. So you don't have to, again, come back to India. Of course, if you plan to come back to India also, there are a lot of companies in India which will take you on these topics. So you will get a job as a senior scientist or a scientist, bioinformatics scientist, computational biologist, clinical research scientist, R&D lead, clinical research analyst. Biotech AI/ML roles will be there in companies like Pfizer, Novartis, Roche, GSK, a lot of companies, including Biocon also now there in US. Third COVID would be ready for the struggle, okay? PhD is struggle, whether you do it in India and abroad, okay? The fourth caveat will be PhD labs can be toxic. Whether it is India or abroad, human behavior is something you cannot control. There won't be any HR department which will, if the PI scolds you, he scolds you. You have to, how much ever you cry, you have to work with him only. There's no way you can change. So these kind of specific problems you will face. I've made a video, by the way, on how to identify toxic labs before you enroll into your PhD. You can check that also. Overall, I would say it will be a wise decision to go abroad only if you are from a well-to-do family and you don't want to come back, because if you want to come back, the PhD salaries will be at par with Indian PhD salaries, so it doesn't make any great sense. It's just that you get the job faster. It's like, if you are son of Amitabh Bachchan, you get your first film faster, right? But you have to really perform to succeed in your career, right? So whether you do PhD from India and abroad doesn't make a lot of sense if you are going to come back to India. If you want to stay there, of course, go ahead and do that. So my final verdict for all of you would be take the next steps wisely. Take help of Biotechnika's experts, and soft skills training will be provided to you. Internships are available, projects are available. We have tie-ups with US and UK startups and companies, established companies who can, you can do a joint internship with Biotecnika and that company, and it will also help you get a job, PhD abroad. So I've tried my best to answer all those questions which you might have for a PhD abroad, but I'm sure, I'm human, so I might have missed something. So go ahead, put it down in the comment section. Let's start the two-way conversation now, and let me understand what are your expectations, what are your questions, and I'll try to make a video on that. Otherwise, I'll reply in the comment section. So all the best and have a good day. Cheers.